Welcome everyone to lecture number 20. Okay, in this of the political science. So in this lecture we are going to discuss about the special features of the Indian Constitution. Special features of Indian Constitution. Okay, first very important aspect that make our constitution unique is that it is the lengthiest constitution ever. It is the lengthiest constitution ever, and it is the most comprehensive of all the written constitution What does this mean? Like, there are other constitution which are in the written format. We have discussed like different types of constitution. Okay, so in the written constitution there are acts or rights are given written under it. Among them, this is the only constitution which have written all the aspects in the most comprehensive manner. Okay, that's why Indian constitution is the lengthiest constitution and the most comprehensive of all the written constitution. Okay, now when this constitution was framed, originally it contained 395 articles. Okay, and these 395 articles were divided. This was divided into 22 parts and 8 schedules. What is schedules and all, we'll discuss separately about that. Okay, so this was divided. This whole constitution is divided. Originally when it was formed, it was divided into 395 articles. It was given 395 articles, and this whole 395 articles were divided into 22 parts and 8 schedules. Okay, now currently if you see what is the current number, so current number means today's date is 25 June 2023. Today is 448 articles. 448 articles currently we have in the constitution, and we have 25 parts. We have 25 parts and 12 schedules. We have 12 schedules. Okay, now another aspects. Unlike the federal constitution of the USA and Australia, the Indian constitution lays down provision relating to the government machinery not only in the center but also for the state we talk about. It means like this whole constitution, like unlike for the Australia or USA, they only talk about the center related stuff, center related government machinery. No, but our constitution talk about both center and states machinery. Okay, now the Indian constitution provides for matters of the administrative detail also, how the administration will go upon. For that also Indian constitution tells us. Further, this constitution also gives a detailed provisions. It also gives detailed provisions of what? Detailed provisions relating to center and state relations. Center and state relations, including the emergency provisions. Including the emergency provisions. Okay, including the emergency provisions. A special status, there are special status that has been given to the states. Okay, so currently earlier it was special status given to Jammu and Kashmir also, but now it has been removed. So special status has been given to various states, and there are regions because of that. Why the special status is given to us? Like there are certain states which are placed under the difficult terrain, difficult geographical areas, or it is sharing a border with international borders and all. In that case, center assist those regions, and that's why there is a special status is given to such scenario. Earlier, a special status was given to Jammu and Kashmir also. In that case, whatever the laws and being were passed within the parliament, that were not applicable to the Jammu and Kashmir until and unless their legislative assemblies pass it. Okay, and but India was able to, like India, the parliament law related to defense, finance and all will be were applicable to Jammu and Kashmir at the time. Okay, so currently special status at states, number of special status state is 11, and we have a keyword to remember it. What are the special status keyword? The flow I will tell the sentence in that way. If you read it, you will be able to memorize it. What are the special state? First, असना हिमपर मानी मेघ शीत अरुणमुज मिज उतरतेल. Okay, so we'll see असना हिमपर मानी मेघ, असना हिमपर मानी मेघ शीत अरुण पर मिज उतरतेल. Okay, now what are these states? First, this is your Assam, this is your Nagaland, this is your Himachal Pradesh, this is your Manipur, this is your Meghalaya, this is your Sikkim and Tripura, this is your Arunachal Pradesh, this is your Mizoram, this is your Uttarakhand, and this is your Telangana. Okay, I hope you will be able to memorize it. Just read in that flow. असना हिमपर मानी मेघ शीत अरुण पर मिज उतरतेल. In that case, you will be able to recall those things. So special status states are 11. असना हिमपर मानी मेघ शीत अरुण पर मिज उतरतेल. असना ए असम, नागालैंड, हिमाचल प्रदेश, मणिपुर, मेघालय, सिक्किम, त्रिपुरा, अरुणाचल प्रदेश, मिजोरम, उत्तराखंड and Telangana. Okay, under the constitution, people of India are the ultimate sovereign. That it's sovereign means what? I have discussed those things. What do you mean by sovereign? Sovereign means like they are independent to take their decisions until unless you are not interfering with the work of your state. It means like government or governmental work. So the constitution of India established a parliamentary form of government. We have a parliamentary form of government, and this parliamentary form of government is at both center and states. Okay, and Indian constitution is written constitution, and it is sufficiently flexible. Why I'm telling it? We know that constitution is rigid, but it can be amended, and this amendment is difficult to change it. So regarding that aspects, we are telling that it is sufficiently flexible. Like what kind of flexibility it should have? we have given our constitution have that kind of a flexibility. And before going this lecture, in the previous lecture we already have discussed what kind of majority we have in the parliament. There are absolute majority, simple majority, then there is a special majority, and there are different flavors of it as well. Okay, so for those things we have sufficient we have made our constitution sufficient flexible. Regarding that, our constitution is written constitution and it is a sufficiently flexible. Now, the constitution declares certain fundamental right to the individuals. Fundamental right is given to the individuals, and the unique feature of the Indian constitution is that it makes the citizens' duties also a part of the basic law of the land. That within this constitution also, the most important and unique features of Indian constitution is that it makes citizens duties a part of the basic law of land. So like there are certain things that government is going to do, but there are certain aspects also that people have also to do for the country. Okay, they have to follow the certain norms and rules of the country. So within this most important unique features, we have the provisions of the DPSP, that is Directive Principle of a State Policy. We have a DPSP to secure a truly welfare state. To what is DPSP, we'll study in detail. What are fundamental rights on DPSP, all those things we are going to read in detail. But just now we are just going through what are the special feature under the Indian constitution. We have a DPSP also, where the states are directed to do certain work, so that a welfare state will be established by the government. So we have a DPSP, Directive Principle of a State Policies, also there within our constitution. For what purpose? To secure a truly welfare state. Okay, and the Indian constitution distribute the legislative subjects on which the parliament and state legislature can enact law under their list. So we have a union list, a state list, and concurrent list. So we have a separate list also on which the government are allowed to make law for them, make a law for the people. Okay, it is not like that in the state subject union will start to interfere, and on union subject state will start to interfere. No, it is not possible. Subjects are mentioned on what topic they can make the law, on what topic other can make the law, and there are certain subjects on which both can make the law, that is mentioned under the concurrent list. And we have seen that this thing has been picked from the Government of India Act of 1935. Most of the things have been picked from that aspect only. Now another important aspect, that the Indian constitution, unlike other federal constitutions, provide a single unified judiciary. We have a single unified judiciary. We don't have a like separate judiciary for the state and separate judiciary for the central. No, we have a single unified judiciary with the Supreme Court at the apex. With the Supreme Court at the apex, High Court in the middle, and subordinate courts on the bottom. Subordinate courts at the bottom. So this is like unlike other judiciary or other federal constitution, we don't have a different judiciary for the state and central. We have a single unified judiciary where Supreme Court is at the apex, at the top, and High Court is at the middle, and the subordinate court, don't confuse with the Supreme Court, subordinate court at the bottom. I hope it is pretty much clear. So there are provisions under the Constitution to ensure that there will be a independence of judiciary. There should be independence of judiciary. Okay, so we have mentioned, like, within our Constitution we have mentioned, like, independence of judiciary will be there. In the starting of the lecture we have discussed that as per of the Constitution, judiciary is independent, comptroller and auditor general is independent, public service commission is independent, and chief election commission is independent. As per the Constitution, these four bodies are independent. Okay, judiciary, CAG, comptroller and auditor general, public service commission, and chief election commission, those are independent to work. Okay, so the Constitution of India has adopted a balance between the our Constitution of India has adopted a balance between the American system of judicial supremacy. We have a balance between American system of judicial supremacy and the British principle of parliament supremacy. British principle of parliamentary supremacy. Okay, so we have found a fine balance between the judicial supremacy of the American system and British and parliamentary supremacy between the of the American British principle. Okay, on that basis our Constitution. Under the Indian Constitution, every adult above 18 years of age has been given right to elect their representative for the legislature without prescribing any qualification. No qualification is required on the even on the basis of sex, property, education, or any like. If you are above 18 years of age, you are allowed to choose your representative. Okay. A distinctive feature of the Indian Constitution is that it provides establishment of a secular state also. Our country is not only secular, even our states are secular. When we tell them on the preamble that secular word is there, so this secular is not for only the country. Within the state also we use the term for the secular. We have our state is also secular, regardless of their religion, beliefs. All Indian citizens enjoy equal rights. Okay, that is a very unique thing for our Constitution. Further, state cannot discriminate against anyone on the ground of religion, caste, or not it compelled anybody to pay taxes for support any particular religion. We have seen in the reading of the preamble, understanding of the preamble, like what secularism means, and the same thing is being followed within the state. Also, a state can't interfere with the religion, enforce any religion within the institution. But yes, a state has the power to protect the religion. Okay, but not do any discrimination based on the religion. Indian Constitution has special reservation for the seats. We have a special reservation for the seats of the scheduled caste tribes in public appointment, in education institution, within the union and state legislatures. Okay, an outstanding feature of the Indian Constitution, which was very famous when it was established, was the Panchayati Raj. We have a Panchayati Raj. The idea of organizing the village of the Panchayat was provided through the Constitution under Article 40, through Article 40, Part 4. Through this, we have given a Panchayati Raj, a feature of the Constitution as a Panchayati Raj, which is very outstanding feature for our Constitution. that is from the very lower level of the country. Administration at very lower level. Okay, so an outstanding feature of the constitution is the Panchayati Raj. This Panchayati Raj is an idea of organizing village in the base of panchayat through the article 40 of part 4, which received constitutional legitimacy through the it was done through the 73rd amendment. It was done through the 73rd amendment to Indian constitution. Okay, so this was all about under the special features of the Indian constitution. If we go through it quickly, one, lengthiest constitution, most comprehensive, and in the written constitution it is the most comprehensive. Originally it was 395 articles and 22 parts and 8 schedules. Now we have 448. Remember this number, remember 4, then you have to repeat this number and multiply it by 2. 4 ka double 2. Okay, 448 articles. We have a center and states, both have center and states both have a detailed provisions are given under the given under the article in case of emergency also. And this Indian center and states both share the parliamentary form of government. Okay, now other thing, detailed provision related to the center and state is given under the emergency provision is given under our constitution. A special status are given to the 11 states. We have to remember how to remember it. Asna him par mani meg, seet arun par mij utar tel. So Asna, Assam, Nagaland, Himachal Pradesh, Manipur, Meghalaya, Sikkim, Tripura, Arunachal Pradesh, Mizoram, Uttar Pradesh, and Telangana. Okay. Now parliamentary form of government, we have parliamentary form of government both in the center and the state. Our constitution is sufficient flexible. We have already discussed the types of majority required for passing any bill, removal of the judges, appointment of the judges, and all. We have already discussed, and this sufficiently flexible. Our constitution is sufficient flexible and type of majority that is required. Fundamental rights is protected for the individual also, and there are certain acts that individual has also to perform as a duty for the as a basic law for the land. Okay, and one of the most important is that unique feature of the Indian constitution, that it makes citizens duties also as a part of the basic law of the land. And we have a directive principle of a state policy also that secure that direct the state government to perform to take decisions, to take action, so that your state will become a welfare state. We have a union list, state list, concurrent list. Union list subjects reserved for central government, subject reserved for state government, and subject for which state and central government both can be make the law within the concurrent list. Okay, and this has been taken from the Government of India Act 1935. We have already discussed those things. Single unified judiciary system is there within the Supreme Court at apex, High Court is in the middle, then there are subordinate courts at the bottom. And we have our independence in judiciary. Other independence administrative are CAG, Comptroller and Auditor General, Public Service Commission, and Chief Election Commission. There is a fine balance between the judiciary supremacy of American system and parliamentary supremacy of the British system of our constitution. That is that's how beautifully our constitution had been drafted by our constitutional maker. Okay, above the 18 years, all the people are allowed to choose their representative based on any discrimination. No discrimination on the basis of any sex, caste, religion, anything. If you are above 18 years, you are allowed to cast your vote. You are allowed to choose your representative. Our country is secular country, but our state is also secular. Okay, and a state have been given right to protect any religion, but a state can't practice any religion as their state religion. Okay, reservation is provided for jobs within the seats of the parliament also, Supreme Court, tribes, and union and state within the union and state also. With the article 40 part 4, we have a special provision that is a very outstanding feature of the constitution, that we have a Panchayati Raj which received the constitutional legitimacy through 73rd Amendment Act, and it is the most basic level administration of the country. Okay, so this was all about under this lecture. Thank you.